Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Scrap Mechanics Survival Mode, and I got some updates for you guys, but the main point of this video is going to be building a new kind of base defense, which was inspired by the last episode I did, in which I built a boss-killing vehicle mechanism thing using some wheels. But I'm going to be adapting that concept to try to defend my base against not only the bots that we have on a regular basis, but also defend them against potential boss attacks. Because ever since I moved from the mechanic station over to here, we have not planted a crop that warranted the big red guys coming. And one of the reasons for that is because I put a lot more work into this base than I did at the one back there. And I don't want to deal with that kind of raid because I don't want this stuff to get damaged. All right, hopefully you can understand that. But there is a couple of updates. Before we get to that, I did change a couple things. I added some lighting around here and there because at night there are just some parts that were just like completely dark. So I put some lights here. I also, as you probably saw in the beginning during the intro over here, just for the sake of it, I added some walls on the sides here just so we get a little bit more of a feeling like this is going to be an enclosed space at some point. I feel like this is way too big though. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if there would be a way for me to downsize this chain that I have going on here. I really like this chain. I don't know if it's really all that necessary. And to be honest, I hardly use these. I only really use these refiners for the haybot legs and spines or whatever that fall in front of our base from the raids. I don't really use them for trees or rocks anymore like I used to because my vehicles do that on their own. So these aren't nearly as important, so I might be able to condense this down to not really need both refiners and maybe just have one, just in those cases where I need to gather the legs out there. Although I could still use my vehicles for that too, so I don't know. I don't know yet. That's definitely more later down in the horizon, granted that the next big chapter or update to the game doesn't break this save file, because that could always be a thing that happens. They said that they have a new chapter in the works right now, and I don't know what that means as far as updates. Oh, here's another update. I have no idea how this happened. When I was prepping for this episode, I wanted to test out the idea for this episode to make sure that it was even doable, and now I think it actually is doable. When I started testing the idea, this vehicle was intact and fine. And then at another point, I saw this. I have no idea how this happened, what caused this, but by the looks of it, a bunch of the rods here that used to be down here where the seat was on, like connecting from here to here, they seem to have disappeared. And I don't know if that's like a despawning thing that happened, or perhaps some weird thing happened with the craft bot, because I did move this around, but I was only putting it up here. I got some haybot legs, I put this back here, and then I moved it here, and then after I did all that, I noticed that this vehicle was no longer intact anymore. So I don't know what happened there, but let's see what happens if I do this now. All right, well, everyone say goodbye. Say goodbye to the vehicle. I guess I'll take all these pieces, or get my weld tool out, pick these up. So sad. Oh, we got a light too. I actually wanted one of those lights. So yeah, I'll just break this down now. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. It was definitely not intentional. If I wanted to do this, I wanted to drive it into one of these resource containers. I didn't want it to just be gone. But hey, at least we'll get some more wood out of it, and wood. Oh, and here's an engine. I just made a level 5 engine for this concept, but another one wouldn't hurt anyway. All right, let's see what happens if I put this underneath here. Oh, okay. That didn't take anything. What if I do this? All right, this one's full, I think, right? Yeah, that one's all full. So let's go ahead and grab another one. Place it down right over here. We are slowly absorbing this vehicle into resources. And of course, as I just say that I don't use these refiners much anymore, now I have a reason to use these refiners, of course. All right, almost 2 full containers out of that. That's actually impressive. All right, we'll let those run. I actually need some more milk. Wait, is there anything else? Yeah, so I added some lights around here as well. Oh yeah, I also added some lights over by these archways. I got my toilet seat back. Well, not the same toilet seat. I got a new toilet seat. I got some lights in these archways. These lights do not really reach that far, unfortunately, though. But, oh yeah, I also did the bridges. I fixed the bridges. So all I did to fix the bridge was, so now when this bridge comes up, it doesn't need to fold because I cut it at the appropriate length so that it fits underneath that lip there. And then all I did was extend wood out here as like an extension of the bridge pretty much. So now it just comes down. Oh, I got the milk and I forgot to drink it. So now it just comes down and it rests right there, and it does the same exact thing on the other side as well. So now I don't have that folding mechanism and like the stilts or anything, which I think saves a lot on lag. I think that's it for now. Just mostly lighting. Oh, I planted some potatoes because we are going to be, hopefully, well, we need some raids. But I don't know if we're going to be ready for the raid tonight, actually. All right, so let me show you the concept now that we're going to be working on for our new base defenses. So as you know, if you saw the last episode, if you didn't see the last episode, go ahead and check that out because it's definitely worth it. So we used these wheels right here, and we spin them really, really fast in that direction. And then when the boss runs into it, and sometimes the hay bots, they get flung up into the air. And I was thinking, what if we had something on the base like that? Because right now I have no real defenses against the boss other than shooting them and hoping they don't do too much damage. Maybe this floor can ragdoll them, but with the speed that they charge at, I don't really know what to expect with that. So this right here, I was wondering, what if I have a whole line of tires that are spinning really, really fast, but in the backwards direction. So when they hit the tires, they're going to get flung backwards. I was wondering if that was going to be a viable thing, but then I thought, well, then I can't use controllers because I'm not going to spin fast enough. I'm going to have to use engines, which means that's just going to be using up gas for my defenses. So I was wondering if there was a way for it to only spin at the moment that they're on top of it using a sensor, because that would use so little gas over time. And check this out. So now imagine I was a bot that was just running towards the base. Look at that. That works so well. The question is it going to work that well when a boss comes or when any of the hay bots or anything come? Because I'm sprinting full speed right now, and as you can see, it is, I can't get past it unless I was to jump, but I don't think that the bots are going to jump at all. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. Oh, oh, that's actually kind of an interesting effect, isn't it? If I just walk slowly. But this should, if it works on the bosses, that means that it should keep them back while I shoot them. I don't think it's, unfortunately, I don't think it can launch them up in the air, because in order to launch them up in the air in that direction, I think they need to come from this side and then get launched from, yeah, that's how that needs to work. So, but they're not going to be coming from the opposite side. I could spin them in the other direction, but then I would be launching them over my base, which would not be ideal either. So this system, I think, has potential. I'm definitely not going to be able to build it across the entire wall, so I'm going to have certain sections for now, because I need more beeswax. I made as many wheels as I could, but I'm going to need more beeswax for sure. My inventory is full. Oh no, I can't pick up this engine. All right, stop, please. And I also have to remember, here, let me turn on my bounce floor, because I'm going to have a raid tonight. I was hoping that I could do my whole intro and get building before the raid would happen tonight and have some traps ready, but no, we're going to have to wait a whole nother night. How my potatoes doing? They're doing good. We got pretty much another minute left. Let's also raise the bridges. Bridges coming up. Excellent. All right, I need a way to get up there from down here, because there's no easy way to get up there from down here yet. So that's something I'm going to have to do. All right, here comes the raid. I actually came a little bit early again. Man, there's a lot of hay bots on this raid. I love this bounce floor. I love it. Every single time, I'm just like reminded at how useful it is, because none of these guys can do any damage. Oh, I think Hank is gone, by the way. Oh, are you guys hitting stuff? No? As long as you're not hitting stuff, I can ignore you for now. All right, let's get on top, take a look around, make sure no other threats are nearby. Nobody in the water over there. What are you doing? Why did you stop? What's your problem? All right, everything else looks good. So let's go ahead and destroy these guys. Can I do this with one shot here? Nope. All right, and raid successfully averted. Oh no, there's you're not Hank. I know you're not Hank, because Hank would be in his home. Hank doesn't hang out outside of his home. He either goes and gets milk or he's in his home. All right, successful raid. So now, oh yeah, my inventory is full. I can't even pick any of this stuff up. So now let's start working on what we got to, oh, this is difficult. I My inventory management is going to be very, very difficult here. So I'm going to have to put some wheels down just to get them out of the way for now. So my thought process here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this entire ramp, like all of these ramp pieces, I'm going to move them back by about 3 blocks. And then I'm going to put my wheel mechanism in between the bounce floor and the ramp. So they're going to have to walk over the wheels in order to get to my castle or get to even this floor here. And there's only one issue with that, and that is I cannot detect Haybot legs. So my sensors have to be elevated like this, which means that they're going to have the ability to potentially walk a path that goes into the sensor pillar, and they might hit the sensor pillar, essentially disabling the device, especially if the boss bots end up coming and they run directly into it. So I'm not entirely sure the best way to deal with that yet. I'm going to protect it with tier 3 metal. That is my best solution to that so far. But other than that, I can't really think of anything. So to start off, I'm going to do small sections. So I'm just going to take these to start off with. Let's just do this section first. All right, so now we have a problem. My crops are sprouting. However, my inventory is full, so I can't harvest them right now. So I'm going to put a bearing right here. And then this is where I'm going to start using my wheels. So we're going to go wheel. I think if I do more than 1 block in between the wheels, I might be risking them being able to like walk through it and not get stopped. And actually, this is too high, I'm realizing. Because I think I want them to walk over it. So that means, yeah, I want the wheels to be aligned with that level right there. Okay, so let's try to hurry up and get this knocked out here so I can go harvest these crops and plant a new crop. All right, so now these ramps are going to sit just like that. So they have to walk up and they're going to trigger it, hopefully. And then they're hopefully going to get launched back. All right, there we go. My inventory is definitely not clear enough. Definitely not clear enough for these crops yet. Here, I'm just going to put my stuff in this chest right here for now. All right, that should be good enough. Let's just get rid of these crops and plant a new batch. All right, there we go. 200 more potatoes planted. We're already stocking up a lot on extra potatoes now. All right, so now we need our sensor. And our sensor I'm going to have be this high. So it should detect, that's the same height off of this. That detects the hay bots and the little greenies. And I'm assuming it should also detect the boss, the big boss. So we're going to set maximum distance and have it trigger this engine, which will now be on max speed. So now if anybody runs across here, even... No, we don't want that to trigger it. I think this is like 18. Yeah. All right, that seems good. All right, let's see what happens if I try to run at it now. Well, that was disappointing, wasn't it? All right, that worked. Why did it... What? Why does it not work sometimes? Whoa. Whoa. That was a multi-stage trap there. That's oh man, if that happens, I'm just realizing, dang it. I just put this in an area where if they are gonna go at that, they're gonna get trapped by this first. I might have to disable that trap for the sake of having this one active. I'm a little bit nervous that this isn't gonna work. All right, so then I'm just gonna protect this with the metal a little bit like that. So hopefully if they come up here and hit this, oh wait, no, I can make this even more compact. There we go. That's better. So now it's a 1 block width instead of a 2 block width, which gives them less of a chance of running into it. And the fact that it's tier 3 metal means that they won't even bother to hit this, I don't think, like they do with these ones. All right, hopefully that's going to be effective. There's like most of my wheels, unfortunately. I need to get more beeswax. How many more wheels do I have back at my base? All right, I got 4 more wheels over here. Oh, man. I use like over 100. Oh, here we go. I use over 100 beeswax. All right, and I got another sensor that I'm going to upgrade. So let's go ahead and just do that right now. I'll put the sensor down, upgrade it to max. Let's go see if we can build another section because I think I'm not happy where I built that one. So they usually, sometimes they come from over here and they come in this direction. I don't know. I don't know where to put the next one. I think I'm going to have a 1 ramp gap like this. And then I'm just going to have the next section right over here. All right, and here we go. And this should, I'm hoping this should all be 1 unit. So this engine can hopefully attach right here as well. And even though like either of these sensors, oh, I need a logic gate too. Yeah, because I want all these sensors to essentially, they can trigger the whole mechanism. I'm fine with one engine triggering the entire mechanism, even if they're not on that particular portion. All right, this one didn't, I need one more wheel for this to reach as far as the other one. I am one, oh no, I'm not going to be one wheel short. I actually wanted to, ooh, component kit. I wanted to disassemble my bot cage because I don't really realistically see myself using the bot cage much, to be honest. It was just more of an experimental thing for one episode, so I can get a whole bunch of tier 3 metal, I can get some more ramp pieces, and I can get some more of these wheels, which are exactly what I need. And some, like, pistons and everything. Yeah, this is definitely worth disassembling. I have fed my glow bugs yesterday, so probably feed them again this next day. All right, what am I needing? Oh, yeah, we have 4 minutes left. Let's make a logic gate. Should be an OR gate, so now if either of these activate, then it should trigger both. Wait, what? Oh, it would help if I hooked it into the engine, wouldn't it? What? Oh, this got reset. Why did that get reset? So that should be on 18. And that should be on 18. Oh, did the engine get reset too? Oh no. That logic gate actually gets in the way of the engine. I can't have the logic gate there. Goes to max, and now... That didn't work. That didn't work. That's working now. Why? Why is it sometimes not working? I really hope that these hay bots don't... What? All right, now it's like consistently not working. What? I don't know what to think. We're just gonna have to wait and find out, I guess, and hope that the hay bots run onto this. I think what would be happening is because there's not like a flat spot for me to go up onto and then walk straight into these, I'm kind of like getting some air off of the ramp and going over it sometimes. So it might be worth it to move these ramps back by like a block or two and then just put like some tier 3 metal flooring that they can walk over onto the wheels. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, come on, guys. No, 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 come over this way. Come over this way. Oh, I fell onto it. This is bad. This is bad. Don't ragdoll. Don't ragdoll. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh. That's like, okay. I was hoping that it would send them back farther, but that's weird to watch, isn't it? Isn't that kind of weird to watch? Look, we got everything is working right now. That is such a weird thing. Man, I wish they would launch higher, but... Oh, he's just trigger. Oh, there he goes. I wonder if there's a way to actually get this to launch higher. They do end up getting over it. I'm thinking, no, no, see, oh, don't hit it. Don't you hit that. Don't you hit that. Oh. All right, he just paused there because it was tier 3 metal, fortunately. All right, I think I'm also realizing a way that I want to adjust this setup so I can make it less likely that if the boss comes that he's gonna run into one of these pillars. Are you still getting trapped by these catapults? What are you hitting? Oh, he was hitting the corner piece. All right. This guy is like... This guy needs to get his priorities straight. He was the most nonchalant, just like walking up to my base here. All right, so they do work as a deterrent. It does help defend the base. It keeps them back a little bit more. I don't know how it would work against a big red guy. I don't know if I want to, like, this is not ready for testing at that level yet, because that's not even a test. That's that's not a test at all. That's just, we're going for it. All right, so what I'm seeing here is if I have this entire thing lined like this, then these are going to be like every 25 blocks or so. But if I have them so that they're opposite each other, so I move this one to this side facing that way, then there's going to be a much bigger gap in between them, leaving more room for them to go in between the sensors rather than them getting stuck on these single ones. All right, there we go. It's all adjusted now. And it doesn't seem to work because I put this on and instead of or. And now it doesn't work because the engine is not on max. There we go. And now, all right, now it works. Sometimes, not a lot. All right, so I'm gonna move these back now, like I said I was gonna do before, and see if that helps with not running over it anymore. Inventory full. All right, so here's my alternative plan to hope that I won't be able to sprint over these now. Well, that worked fantastically, didn't it? Just gonna triple check that, yep, that's on max speed still. Why did it work so much? Oh, you know what it is? I think it's because these are so much bigger. Because I think that it takes a lot longer to accelerate these than it did on that tiny one, which is 2. So I think this could be a viable solution. And now we can weld this right there and hook this up to the same engine. And now, oh, okay, okay. Dang it. I think I need to trigger it. What if I actually move this? Let's do a test here. What if I move this 1 block earlier? Hook it up to there. Okay. Oh, that's weird. That's a little weird. Okay, that's working fine. What if I go slower? Now I'm just stuck here, and I'm constantly triggering it. I don't know what's better, because then if I'm over here, it has a more likely chance of launching me. All right, I want to do another experiment then. What if I come from 1 block higher? Whoa. Did you see that? I, like, placed 2 blocks separate from each other at the same time. Oh, yeah, that gets me stuck right there, unfortunately. I was hoping that coming down from, like, a block higher like this, that it would launch me up into the air more. Oh, I just realized that my crops are sprouted as well. So here, let's drink. Let's pick up these crops, and let's get back to big braining. All right, I think we got another full crop planted. It is watering up right now. So let me get rid of all my seeds. I wish there was a way to just like say, I don't want seeds from this harvest. So the good news is we are doing really, really well on ammo now. In addition to all this excess ammo that I have right here in my inventory, I have completely filled up both of these backup chests for my farm. So soon enough, I'll be able to fill up my car again and any other backup stores that I want. All right, so I'm not entirely sure if there's a way to make these better than they are, as in like making them go up in the air more than just getting flung back a little bit. But this might be all we need to keep the big red guys away, at least. So how many wheels? I don't have many wheels left, so I need to get some more beeswax and stuff. I mean, within a couple of days here, I should have plenty of beeswax if I just keep harvesting it every single day or however long it respawns. I should be able to get a decent amount of beeswax just around my base here. So let's see how these things do in the raid tonight. All right, let's see here. I managed to get like 26. How many wheels is this gonna get me? 4 wheels. That's not terrible. Not great, not terrible. All right, so I think I might be able to add one more small one, like that length maybe. You know what, for this, I'm actually going to do an experiment and add this sensor to the top of this one facing in this direction. I don't know if that's gonna be high enough for the little greeny ones. I don't know if they're gonna be too short for that or not, but hopefully it'll be able to detect them. And then I can always just expand this in that direction at any time. All right, so let's hook this up to that engine. Make sure it's going in that direction. Hook this sensor up to this logic gate. And now this one should keep working. This one should keep working. And this one should now work. What? Oh, it would help if I put the sensor up to max, huh? There we go. All right, 5 seconds. Here we go. Let's see how effective this is going to be now. I got plenty of ammo on me. Oh boy, they're coming from like the way sides. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anybody falling in my base now? No? Oh my goodness. Look at this. Wow, this is actually a lot of bots, so I'm gonna have to, it's gonna get laggy down here. But hopefully, I hope none of them get launched into my base. I think that happened last time. The launchers sometimes don't always launch them backwards. All right. It'll be nice when I don't have those gaps anymore and I can just have this entire thing, because they seem to really find those gaps. I wonder if like that's intentional or just pure luck that they happen to find those gaps. Oh, he got right through. That guy got right through it like I was doing sometimes. Man, the big bosses, I have a feeling that the big bosses are going to be they're going to be too fast. They're going to be too fast and they might just be able to walk right over it unless I have 2 layers of wheels. That could be a thing. Look at him, he went right in between them. All right, what is this guy doing though? He's just standing there. Let's see what happens to this one. Yeah, right up onto the wheels. Oh. Where'd he go? Oh, he got launched way off to the side. Okay. Let's see if I can get him to come onto this one right here. This is the new one. Come on. Oh, look at that. Well, he still found his way around it, but that's a really, really small one, so I'm not surprised about that at all. What is he doing? What is with these guys? Some of them just have like the weirdest decisions. All right, is that everybody? Anybody on the sides? Looks like we are all good. Guys, I just heard footsteps. I'm a little bit concerned because I just heard footsteps. I swear I just heard Haybot What? There's something. There's a Haybot over there. Hold on a sec. How did he get over there? What are you doing over here? You're not supposed to be over here. What? How does he get over there? Of all places. Doesn't make any sense. All right, I'm going to wait till tonight, and I'm going to do one more experiment. And my experiment is going to be raising this entire thing up by 1 block. So it's actually going to be more of a barrier. I just don't know if that's going to cause them to pathfind around it like it's a wall, or if they're going to try to like come into it and hit at it. But as soon as they come in contact, it's going to shoot them back. Let's see how it works on me first. How about that? And then weld this right there. Yeah, see that? I feel like they're going to see this as a step. And this will be way more likely for them to collide with it rather than walking over it. All right, so we go like that. And then... Ooh, so there's me sprinting. Okay, now what's going to be like for me to walk at it? All right. This might actually be better. So there's that. And then if I'm on this one, that's like kind of the same. But for sprinting... See? All right, it seems to be more resistant to sprinting over it. All right, so we have to do one more raid. We have to do one more raid and test this kind of trap now. All right, so all of them are now raised up, so it should be hopefully a lot more effective, and they won't be able to get over them as much. All right, so I'm gonna take the day, and I'm gonna go out and get some beeswax. Hopefully I can find some more beeswax nearby. And if this idea seems viable, then we're definitely expanding it and hoping that it'll be good for a boss run. All right, so I went out and got some more beeswax. I had 3 in here already, and after my trip, I now have 70. So we should be able to make a ton more wheels. All right, so one of the things I really wanted to do was fill in this gap right here. And I should be able to add a wheel right there. And then I add a wheel right there, and that's pretty much all I need to do. And now we no longer have that area that they're going to be coming up in between. And as long as I have this on max and this on max, I'm hoping there's not a gap right here. If I walk right here... Ooh. What are the chances, though? What are the chances that they're going to walk right in that exact gap and not trigger the wheels? It is literally, you have to be right here. If you're 1 block off to the either side, you have a 1 block gap to do that with. Assuming that they're the same width as my character. All right, but that's some good progress there. All right, 15 seconds. Let's get ready. Activate the bounce floor. And let's observe our new wheel system. Wait, does everything work? Okay, it works. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Raid's gonna start. All right. Yes, most of them are coming at the center. I'll take care of this guy. Oh, I forgot to lift up the bridges. It's fine. What? What? They just all walked over it. Whoa, that killed them. All right, hold on. Let me get rid of the lag here. There we go. All right, you need to get out of there. What is happening? How is this? Oh, dang it. I know what the issue is. The sensors weren't actually detecting them because the sensor is only 2 blocks high now above the wheels rather than 3 blocks high. So that was a complete fail. So in order to test this more, I'm not going to do another raid because I'm going to have to wait way too long. This recording is going to be way too long at that point. So I'm going to have to find some haybots around like there, lead them back here after moving these sensors up. And that's going to be the only option, I think. All right, so I did some adjustments, organized my inventory and stuff, and I actually dismantled the cage because I needed more tier 3 metal. So the cage is now gone, so rip. Hope everybody remembers all the good times we had trying to trap the haybots and the boss bots and all that stuff. And that was actually kind of the origin of having Hank with us once we realized that we could trap the haybots. So the cage has been a pretty big part of the channel's history. So now I've expanded this a lot. And I have 2 more tires, but I'm gonna save those for now until I can complete this final section here and this final section over here, which I think just 1 more set of sensors can cover all of that. So I think we're doing really, really good as far as our sensor ranges. So I'm gonna go find Hank or another haybot or something around, hopefully somewhere, and lead him back here, and we're gonna see how well it does against these guys now that it's all raised up, and the sensors should actually detect them now because the sensors were just not detecting them before. And I'm really hoping that whenever we decide to do a boss test on this or a boss attempt, that the bosses aren't going to be above the sensor ranges. All right, perfect. We got 2 on me now. All right, let's go. Yeah, they're both still coming after me. Let's see if they can get to me now. Can you guys get to me? That's crazy. That was him taking damage, right? Not the wheels or anything, I hope. Look at that, they're giving up. That's awesome. That is awesome. If this thing works on the boss, oh man. That's gonna be so awesome. Look, he's giving up. Hey, don't, no, you better not. Okay. I was worried he was gonna go after that set. Hey, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't. All right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. You go home. Excuse you. Are you gonna join me over here? This could be like, this could actually, once we get this whole thing, this could be a potentially like flawless system. Oh, I just saw the flowers respawn. Does that mean that my honey has not respawned yet? But this could be a system that any low-level raids without tape bots or big red guys, it could be a system that they can't even touch me. I didn't even know that that was a thing either. That killed my frame rate for some reason. It actually does damage to them over time, and I didn't even know that. All right, this is our extremely promising system right here. We definitely got some more testing to do with this, and I think once I get the whole area covered, the sides are going to be a little bit interesting when it comes to if we have a boss raid, because the bosses are not afraid of saw blades or anything like that. So I really don't know what to think about that. But let me know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions for ways to modify it. Ooh, let's check on the gas. How is the gas doing? There's our engine right through here. Look at that. We've used 1 tank of gas this whole time out of these couple of days of testing. So yeah, we're not even gonna have to refill this hardly ever. All right, I think we got it to a state that I'm satisfied with. So let me know if you have any suggestions for improvements or any other ideas for traps or anything that you want to test out. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this thing performs at bigger raids now that it's covering this much more area, and now that they're not gonna be able to sprint over it like they were before. right, if you guys want to see some more awesome survival content, then don't forget to check out some of these videos here on the end screen, as well as some other stuff on the channel. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.